Hey guys, hope your day's going okay. In today's video we're going to be discussing 20 secrets that you've probably never heard of and that will blow your mind. Starting off with number 20, we have the whole shared body situation going on with Marika and Radagon. This whole situation was actually teased at in the 2019 Elden Ring announcement. You can clearly see the change going from flowing hair to long braided hair. At the time we couldn't have possibly known the meaning of this, only now post-release do really understand. For number 19 we have the secret abilities of Mohg and Morgott's Shackle. When you first use these they can seem very useful, but only in certain situations like Mohg, Morgott's or Margit's boss fights. This isn't entirely true because they actually have two more uses. One reason is they both can lower the flame pillars located mostly in catacombs, and two, it can also be used to reveal hidden walls. This can be very helpful for long periods of searching and cut down the time massively for finding those secret hidden walls. For number 18 we have something I actually had zero idea was a thing until earlier today. Weather can actually affect certain affinities attack damage. For example, if it was raining, fire attacks would do 10% less damage, but lightning would do 10% more. This is the same for multiple other weather cycles, and if I'm being honest I really love this feature and I have no idea how I've only just found this out. For number 17 we have another feature that is very useful but only in certain situations. Using the spectral steed whistle at the right time can allow you to activate iframes through the enemy's attack. This isn't possible all the time though, because a lot of areas actually restrict calling torrents. For number 16 we have a secret that is very useful in areas such as Leonia or places that consist of large quantities of water. Hitting water using a lightning attack will cause the lightning to radiate outwards, creating a sort of wave of lightning. A very cool feature that can in some cases actually stun smaller enemies, allowing a bigger attack window. For number 15 we have a secret that was discovered by a Reddit user a few months ago. Inside the Karian Manor, after obtaining Latenna as an Ash Spirit summon, if you then summon her and lead a wolf to her, she will jump on its back and ride it like a kin in the mountaintop of the giants. A truly cool secret, but sadly it can only be used under certain circumstances. For number 14 we head to a town located in the consecrated snowfields. At this town you will encounter Evergale holding Latenna of the Albinoric's kin. After lighting all the torches in this Evergale, a portal will open leading to the Halig Tree. And while the Evergale can be a pain, I also thought it was a super cool way to the Halig Tree and reminded me greatly of the carriage to Canehurst from Bloodborne. For number 13 we head deep into the Volcano Manor. In the Volcano Manor we see many murals of snakes, and while it's easy to assume these statues relate to Rykard, this isn't the case. These are actually murals of an ancient snake god, perhaps some kind of outer god or something related to one. These murals predate Rykard, having been worshipped by the Volcano Manor residents long before Rykard allowed himself to be eaten by the Great Serpent. A really cool secret that adds a lot of world building to the Volcano Manor. For number 12 we head to the Forsaken Depths, far below the Erdtree capital. The secrets of the Frenzied Flame is hidden behind two hidden walls, and when you eventually find yourself face to face with the Three Fingers, you are branded by the Flame of Chaos. This honestly leads to my favourite ending in Elden Ring, where you burn everything that divides and distinguishes, and everything becomes one with the One Great again. For number 11 we head to Farum Azula, to a place where time has no meaning, to Dragon Lord Plaxidus, the Elden Lord of his era. After obtaining Miquella's needle we can use this needle to sever our connection to any outer god afflicting us. This one sort of goes with number 11, being that this secret is how to remove your brand of chaos, and how number 11 is, well, how to use that brand of chaos. A really cool method to remove the flame, and I'm really happy they implemented such an interesting method. For number 10 we head to a cave located to the side of a large ravine in Limgrave. There we find none other than Patches. Something that's not very known is that if you don't just kill him straight away, which most people will do, he'll beg for his life, and if you do save him, Patches will become a useful NPC, even selling Margit's Shackle that we talked about earlier. For number 9 we have something that's quite morbid but very interesting. As I'm sure you've seen, gargoyles of many types roam the lands between. Probably not as many as back in the golden age of the Golden Order, but there's still enough roaming the lands between that most people have encountered them. It's a bit disgusting, but these gargoyles are actually made of champions, and when I say champions I mean champion's flesh. These gargoyles are stuffed and stitched together with something called corpse wax, and corpse wax is made from world champions. These gargoyles normally take the abilities of these warriors like the jars do. For number 8, we head well all over the lands between. There exists an item called the Lord's Rune, and this Lord's Rune gives us quite a bit of information. It tells us about how these Lord's Runes belong to people who, if the shattering had not happened, would be Elden Lord. This is the first time to my knowledge that the game directly states a what if the shattering didn't happen, a truly interesting secret. For number 7, we are once again heading to the Volcano Manor. After you defeat Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, if you return back to the boss room, you will find Tanith feeding on her husband, trying to join his serpent family. And if for any reason you kill Tanith, you will end up having to fight her knight, an ex-Crucible knight who once served Godfrey, an awesome secret and an awesome way to end an amazing quest. For number 6, we are again heading to the Volcano Manor. Near the beginning of Elden Ring's release, a peculiar wall was found in there. This was broke after 50 hits and led to much speculation. It was later revealed though and confirmed by a YouTuber named Zuli the Witch that this was indeed a mistake and not of any importance. Still a cool secret though, so I wanted to share it as well. It was really big at the time. For number 5, we head towards the nomadic merchants that are located in many nooks and crannies around the lands between. And if you sit down and listen carefully, a select few of them will play a very familiar song. This song is none other than Gehrman, the First Hunter's theme from Bloodborne. For number 4, we look all around the lands between, as we unknowingly stare right at Godwyn. Whether we know it or not, Godwyn is everywhere in the lands between, whether that be in the deep root depths, the hidden area beneath Stormvale, or the roots of the Erd tree tainted by death. All of these things are Godwyn. I personally didn't know this until after many playthroughs, so I guess this truly is a wonderful secret, and I love every second of it. For number 3, we head back to the nomadic merchants. These merchants have one last secret. Long ago, this group of merchants were called heretics after they were rumoured to have been the ones to summon the Three Fingers. This wasn't actually the case, but no one except one knew this. They were sealed underground with the Three Fingers, and as they were trapped with the Three Fingers and the Flame of Frenzy, it implanted itself upon their eyes, and if you attack these calm NPCs, they would show you the power of the Flame of Frenzy. For number 2, we head to Stormvale, to Godric the Grafted. Halfway through Godric's boss fight, he pulls off a bloody dragon's head and grafts it onto his arm. Something peculiar though is that he calls it kin. We know that ancient dragons can turn to humans, such as Fortisax, who just so happens to be the best friend of Godwyn and who is also the ancestor of Godric. Perhaps something happened when Fortisax was human, a secret of the highest level. Hopefully I explained that well. If I didn't, I'm very sorry, and I have got a whole 11-minute video explaining it in more detail, so if you want more clarity, I'd suggest go and checking that video out. And last but not least, for number 1, we head deep below the Erd Tree capital. Just before the location of the Three Fingers, using either the shackle or just breaking it, you can break a wall that leads to a secret entrance to the deep root depths. This secret begs the question, why is it even here in the first place, and what are the implications of this? Sadly everyone, that is all we have time for today. If you did enjoy the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. I spent a very long time on this video, and any constructive criticism would be very much appreciated. There should be some of our other videos popping up on the screen, so I hope you enjoyed them. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one, and may you all find your worth in the waking world.